Well, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
And welcome to Needles at the Ready. I am Kevin.
And I am Ray.
Today is Sunday, May 11th.
It's Mother's Day.
2025. It is Mother's Day here in the U.S. only? Yes. So happy Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers out there. And happy Mother's Day to all those motherly figures that step in sometimes when people don't have mothers to take care of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is episode...
I completely...
You did. You just
ramshackled everything.
Everything. Today,
I monopolized everything.
Yeah. It is episode 135 of our YouTube channel where we talk about knitting, crocheting, yarn dyeing, buying, spinning, and all that fibery goodness. So welcome back to any returning viewers and welcome to any new viewers.
Yes, it's great to have you.
Yes,
thanks. Great to have you back.
For joining us. We are coming to you from Stratford, Connecticut.
Yes. And we live here together.
We do, in this lovely abode.
With our little bird, Skylar. He's a parakeet. Did we get some questions like who's Skylar? I don't know. I don't know either. Anyway, it's Sunday, so like Kevin said, we are a day late. We've been a little bit kind of off our Saturday schedule for a little while.
Only for the past 2, I think.
Yeah, we've been busy.
We have been, and we're tired today.
Yeah, tired with a capital T.
I only got 4
That rhymes with P, that stands for pool. Where's that from?
Rhymes?
But it says it's trouble, not tired.
I don't know. I have no idea where that's from. Where's it from?
Let's see, comment below.
Okay. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
5 is pushing it, but somewhere between 4 to 5. So I'm a little tired.
That rockin' party we had over here last night.
So rockin'.
Yeah. So anyway, we are coming off of a, we'll work our way there, but we're coming off of a lovely day of yarning goodness and meeting all of you fine folks and selling yarn and all of that fun stuff. We visited Yarnia in Montclair, New Jersey yesterday.
We did.
It was a very long day. It was very nice. So we got home close to midnight.
Correct. We left at like 8-ish in the morning, and we got home 11:40-ish. Because we did hit like a half an hour of traffic because of construction, and that's because I opened my big mouth.
You did?
We were making great time, and I was like, oh, it's had us take 95. Remember last time we took 95 home? This late, we didn't hit any traffic, and I kid you not, less than 2 minutes later, traffic. For a good 30 to 35 minutes.
Yeah. Well, they went from 3 lanes down to 1.
Correct.
And you know how people are
especially when
merging in Connecticut. Connecticut highways are terrible. So of course, I'm leaving space.
So much space.
I'm preparing. I was in the middle lane. I'm preparing because I know that they need to move over and then I'm going to need to move over. So instead of being those people I'm not going to let you go. Where are we going? Where are we all going?
Right.
We're in the same spot. If you're one car in front of me or one car behind me, what does it matter? We're going to get there, People were not taking my openings, of course, until the last freaking minute. Then the last minute, somehow this 3-lane highway that's supposed to be going down to a 1-lane highway turned into a 6-lane highway because everybody was trying to pass everybody to be the first one to get in front in the merge. Who cares? Anyway.
That was our drive home.
It was fun. It was really fun. Because, what are you going to do at that point? You're in it.
Right.
There's nothing else to do.
All right.
So, we'll talk more about that.
Yeah, let's get back on track.
Not the drive, but the day.
Yeah, you're not here. This isn't a traffic podcast.
No, imagine if we tried to do a traffic. Imagine if we tried to podcast about anything else. We do podcast about everything else but yarn sometimes, do we?
I guess so, yeah.
Most of our podcast is chitter-chatty.
Yeah. All right, so our last 2 weeks, what's going on? We went on vacation.
We did went on vacation.
So it's our 3rd year in a row. We go with our friends, another couple, and we pick a little Airbnb within a 4-hour drive of Connecticut, where we live.
Yeah.
Well, not Connecticut, but the town that we live in Connecticut, because you know what I mean.
I think we've talked more about where we live in Connecticut, more on this episode than the past 134 other ones. We live in Connecticut, Stratford, Connecticut, to be precise.
Done with this. So yeah, we ended up staying in Jaffrey, New Hampshire, which is actually really close to Harrisville.
Yes.
Design. So we did head there. It is just, I want to say it's southeast of Keene. And yeah, we just had a lovely time. We went Wednesday, left here on Wednesday, came back last Saturday. And we just make a nice couple days out of it.
Yeah. Last year we went to Vermont and we stopped at Harrisville Designs last year because it was on our way. And then we noticed that, again, Harrisville Designs was also on the way. And, sirens. And then, so we did that. We left our house early that day, too.
Yeah.
To make a day of it. I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'm not quite sure either. But yeah, so we had a lovely vacation. We spent some time in Keene and Petersburg and Jaffrey, and I think that's about it. I think those are the towns that we hit.
We were our Airbnb was gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It was in the middle of the woods, basically. There was a pond behind us with a waterfall, hot tub, of course. We had a beautiful covered gazebo that was screened in, which was great because there were some bugs.
Yeah. And there was a thunderstorm, so
that was cool.
What we do for this trip is for one of our nights, it's like a little bit of a game night. So we bring a thing called
To Hunt a Killer.
Yes,
it's like a.
Well, I'm gonna find the one that we did.
Yeah, we did Murder on the Boardwalk, which was the name of the game that we played. And in this box game, we talked about this before, but for anybody that's new and you don't know. In this game, you have all these different clues to try to solve a murder that happens. So you're the detectives that get hired in, and you have to sort through the evidence. And there's codes, handwritten notes. You get maps, and they do a really good job. It feels like you're actually holding a piece of handwritten paper. And there's you have to try to get into this lockbox. You got to try to find the code somewhere hidden within the clues, and reading the people's bios and police reports and all that. So yeah, the four of us do that,
and it's fun. We like the ones that are a medium, so they only take about an hour to do.
Some of these can take.
We did try one last year, and I think it was a 3 to 4 hour thing, and that's just too much time.
Right. We didn't solve the crime last year, but this year we were all in agreement who the murderer is. So once you collect all the clues and you go through the evidence and you're talking about things, you're eliminating suspects, then you determine as a group, okay, who do we think the murderer is? Who's the guilty party? And then you have the envelope with the solution in it, and then a magazine article or a newspaper article about it. And we did it. We solved it.
It was fun. So if you ever need something a little interesting to do with a group of people, that's a fun little game to play.
You could also do that by yourself too. It's not. You can definitely play it by one player if you like to kind of get down deep in all that stuff. It's really fun.
And we got to visit another local yarn store there, which has a very similar name to one in Connecticut. I think that one's just Nitty Gritty Yarn.
Yeah.
And we have Gritty
Yarn Girl
here in Connecticut. So we did stop there. It was just by accident.
Yeah, it was serendipitous.
We went to Petersburg one night for dinner.
What a cute little town.
It is. And we parked right in front of it, and then we went back to the town the next day to just walk around, and we ended up going there as well.
Because originally we were thinking, okay, let's go to Harrisville, and then from there we'll go to this yarn shop, and then we'll go to our Airbnb. But we had lunch at the cute little market across the street from Harrisville. So if you ever go there, they have good food. Really good food.
And they stopped serving at 2.
Yes. I drove over a rock wall.
And damaged my bumper.
And damaged your bumper.
But we won't talk about that.
No, we won't talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't. I was anticipating a left-hand turn, and I ended up taking a right-hand turn, and I wasn't where I was supposed to be. So I didn't drive for a couple of hours after that.
A couple of days, actually.
No, I drove the next day.
No, remember?
Yeah, because remember I needed to recoup, get back on that horse, and so I drove us to dinner that night after. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
So
digress. So we were gonna go. That was our plan, but then we knew that our timing was a little bit off, so we just went right to the Airbnb. And so when we were in Petersburg, we pulled in to try to find a parking spot. And I look up and I'm like, oh my gosh, look, there's the yarn store that we were supposed to go to.
So we went back the next day.
Yeah, long story, even longer.
I know. And
we don't have much content today.
No, I do. I have a lot of projects. I have like 5 or 6 things to talk about.
Well, it's all about me, and I don't have much content today.
You don't.
So I'm just going to sit here and chat.
And then, all right, so we did that, and then yesterday...
Wait, can we talk about Kimball Farm? Because that was a really delicious ice cream.
Yes.
You may notice.
We went to Kimball Farm. It's a tradition to get a sweatshirt whenever we go away with them. Tradition, 3 years. I guess that makes it. And we went to Kimball Farm and had great ice cream.
Yeah. Really cool story about Kimball Farm, too.
Oh, Ray, please.
What?
No.
Okay. Well, the Jaffrey location opened in like 1999.
I'm sorry.
But the farm was established in 1939. It was really, actually 1908, which was great. I could tell you the whole story, but look it up. It's really nice. So they make their own ice cream and stuff at their Westfield location and make the deliveries. They have 4 locations total.
So I can't even do this with you.
I love that stuff.
I know you do.
And I like to share.
You do. What else would you like to share?
That's it for now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, so yes, yesterday we were at Yarnia, as Ray said, in Montclair, New Jersey, for a trunk show, which was lovely. We had the show from 11 to, like, really
about
4 to 5.
Yeah.
And then we went, so we got to see a bunch of people, and we'll talk about some of the yarn later, but we got to see Pam and Laura and Aaron and Kate, and
Aaron and Kate and a half.
Aaron and Kate and a half, and I'm trying to think of other names. And then we had a knit night afterwards, so there we got to see Mia from Knit and Grace, who we met for the first time at Nash Yarn Fest. We had brunch with her, so that was fun to like sit down and talk, because at the brunch we were at opposite ends of the table, so we didn't get to chat a lot. So it was nice. I sat next to her at the knit night and chatted a bit, and then Sarah from Little Dynamite Knits was there, so we've seen her a couple
drove
times.
2 hours to come hang out, which was so awesome. A lot of people did. There were a few people from Philly that drove up.
Oh, yeah, interesting. Yeah, we just got to. It was a lovely day. If you've never been to Yarnia, definitely, and you're in the Montclair area, or you're kind of like within driving distance of it, definitely go check it out. It's a great shop.
Yeah.
We had a really good turnout for the trunk show.
We did. They have a really nice selection of yarn and needles and all of those fun things. They have a really nice table there too. They do classes. They have a wonderful podcast.
They do.
The Chronicles of Yarnia.
And you have to watch the next
one. There might be a little something in there. If they decide to use it, they decide not to use it.
Yeah, and we got to spend a lot of time like with Kathleen and Amanda and Jen and Haley, and the names of the 2 shop employees are escaping me.
Crapadelics.
And they were really lovely too. They were great to have in the shop. It was a really fun day.
Mm-hmm. It went by in a blink.
What's really fun is obviously seeing all of the yarn out, and we've talked about this before, how here it's in like storage bags or storage bins, so it's never out on display. So this time we brought a grid wall with us, and having it displayed was fantastic. And what's really good too is like it's really fun when people who are there interact with us and like help or ask for help, like picking colors, or we talk about like the yarn dyeing process or how a colorway was made or whatever the case is. So it's really nice when we engage with them, but when customers or people come in, they just engage with us as well. Yeah. So it's really, really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we loved it. It was a great day. We had a wonderful dinner.
I know, I don't remember the name of the restaurant. You talk and I'll Google.
Okay. It was at an old train station,
yes,
which was really cool. And fun fact, we learned about a little bit about like liquor licenses. They're very, very limited there. So we wanted to go someplace where we can have a
beverage,
a bevy, and so we did. I don't know the name of the place. It was like Neo something. It was in like a gastropub kind of thing. It was fun. We had, I think we all got like Italian food at the table, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a fantastic orecchiette and sausage and broccoli rabe. I don't remember the name. This isn't it, right? I don't know. We sat.
Oh wait,
this was it.
I bet that there was a picture.
Isn't this it?
No.
I was just okay.
Luingino's? No, it began with an N.
All right. Well, that's where we went. We have no idea the name, but it was a lovely time. And then we had dinner, and then we went back for the knit night, and that was from 7 to 8:30.
Yeah.
And there's the picture of
Yeah,
us.
we
Good
don't
job.
do anything. I mean, isn't that a cute picture of us?
It was a really good picture.
Yeah.
It was just a great day all around. So
It was a good day.
thank you to the ladies at Yarnia for asking us and having us.
Yeah,
and
it was lovely.
taking care of us that day because we had a really good lunch too. We had a fantastic burger. So
Yeah, no idea where it's from, but it was good.
yeah,
The bread was really good.
So I think that's kind of it. Let's talk about some knitting. I have 0 FOs.
Samesies.
I have 1, 2, I think 5 whips that I've worked on.
Whoa. Psh. I have 2.
Okay, so I guess I'll start. So we're going to go easy first. And we're going to start with a spin. If you were here last time, we said I wanted to start a spin while we were on vacay. So I brought Trixie with me.
You did.
And I started spinning some fiber that I get from the Into the World monthly club. So this was for April 2025. It's 100% Falkland. And this is called Choreography and Merriment. So I split my skein in half. And I have a little knot in the top. So I know that this is where I need to spin from for the second half.
Oh, that's a smart idea.
It's where I started. And I'm shooting to get a DK weight. And this is Trixie, my starling from Daedalus, and this is what I have so far. And this is what I have left. I don't know where
I love the colors are pretty.
I do. I mean, if you look at all my colors up there, they're mainly blue and green, and this has a lot of blue and green in it. And
But
gray.
you love that, so that's perfect.
I saw this somewhere is once I split the braid, I kind of put it in a braid, and it makes it easier to spin from. Mm-hmm. Like I just pull out one thing, draft, spin until I need some more, because otherwise you have the whole length of it just hanging or sitting on the couch or next to you on the chair or whatever you're doing. So it's really helpful to just put it into a really loose chain so that you can spin from this. And the plan is once I'm done with this half of the braid, I'm going to split this half into 4, and then I'll spin this up again and ply them together. So that is whip number 1. Actually, all my whips are going to be really quick because some of them have a little progress.
Maybe then I'll bring up more of those to show what they look like. I mean, those are kind of finished objects for me.
I mean, kind of, yeah. I don't know really which ones you did.
I do.
Oh, okay. Next whip. All right. Not that yet. This is what I was working on last night at knit night. I just wanted
These colors are really good.
stockinette.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't even have the pattern. I think I just...
I do.
No, I know you do. I think I just
You just kind of did it on your own?
Yeah. So this is the Litmus Cowl by Jude Harper. I'm using US 4s. Yep, US 4, so a 3.5 millimeter needle. And I'm just using Woolens and Nosh scraps. I don't have a thing, but I was here last night. And I'm almost done with this little...
You have one in there.
No, this I dropped a... so here's my stitch marker, and down here I dropped... oh no, that was... I just haven't been moving it up as I work on it. So we'll move it up here now so we know for future reference where
I think that's a great idea.
was.
That's what other professional podcasters do.
Yeah.
They keep track of their progress.
In case you guys weren't aware, this is a progress keeper, and you just move it so you know how much progress you made. So that's what I just did, so I'll know for next time. But I was somewhere around here last night. And this is all I have left Yeah, I do love this color.
Yeah, it's really good.
I know I have socks out of this, right?
You do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do not. I think I still have my skein.
It's a nice portable project and easy.
Yes.
Once you get going. So it is a provisional cast-on, which mine started coming out somewhere. So hopefully that won't mess me up later. But provisional cast-on, and you just knit in the round however long you want it.
Yeah.
You could really do however many stitches you want. I think I did 120, probably. And knit in the round, and then when you're done, you're just going to Kitchener the two ends together to make an infinity cowl.
This would be really nice, I think, because the stripes are wider.
Yeah.
It would make a cool hat. You know? Like the white stripe in here. If you went down to 100 stitches,
it'd do a complete
round.
Round.
Because this is more of a, even though it's sock yarn, it's a little thicker, so you can get away with probably like a sport.
Yeah.
And I think 100 stitches on a sport weight hat would be really good.
Yeah, and I mean, Michelle did have at the trunk show at Skein, she had the Musselburgh.
Yeah.
That each half was knit out of a different colorway of leftovers. So that's another good way to use your leftover self-striping scraps.
Yeah, great idea.
All right, so that's whip number 2. So I still have 3 and you have 2, so I have to do one more.
You do.
All right, one more.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go grab the...
And this is a silly one. I should be much further along. I don't know why I didn't finish this. So this is living in my beautiful sister's bag. I just really love the color and the whatchamacallit, the city kind of like landscape, all the buildings and the lights and the windows. But this is just a beautiful color from Beautiful Sister. So here are my socks from Woolens and Nosh. I am behind on my months. We are in May, and these are the socks I should have completed in March. I think these are my March socks. So I'm using the colorway called Globug from the August 2023 Yarn Club. That's crazy. This is almost 2 years old. I know I have stuff in my stash that's much older than that, though. So it is her typical base of 90% superwash targy, 10% nylon, 3-ply, 411 yards for 100 grams. So Woolens and Nosh, superwash targy in Globug.
That's such a cute color.
And I'm here.
It's so happy.
I have to just Kitchener my toe and then put in the heels. So they're almost done. They are going to be shorty-esque. I did a German twisted cast-on with a 2x1 rib for 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 12.
Oh, really?
12 rounds. Switched to the main color. Knit until I had 4.5 inches from cuff to this marker. Then I knit 5.5 inches before I started my toe. And then I did my toe decreases where I knit 1, SSK, knit 2 3 stitches before the next marker, knit 2 together, knit 1, rinse and repeat. And I do that every other round until I have 16 stitches on both the front and back of my magic loop needles. And then I got the cute little blip of blue right there.
Yeah, it is cute.
I'm hoping it should happen. Yeah, it's going to happen because I'm right at the blue here. So I'll get the little blip for my kitchen.
Oh, you really did a great job matching those up.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. All right, you could go on to a whip.
Okay, I'll do this one. I was knitting this yesterday, and I haven't pulled this out since, I think, our last trunk show. This is living in my little chipette, which I love. So fiberhustle.com. I'm not sure if he's still making these or if he has any more of these. But Chip is a wonderful bag maker, and he makes all those cute little chip baskets. He's got this is the chipette, but he's got the chippy, the chip. He's, good guy. Okay, so I was actually had this clipped to my... Do you have the picture? Did you send it to Chip?
No, I forgot to send it.
So I use this. It's got a little snap there, and I clipped it to my belt loop or to my belt, and then I can knit. That was my get up from yesterday, and I just knit right out of the basket, which I thought was great. Okay, so this is just a vanilla sock using Needles at the Ready yarn. This is Violet Meadow on our Athena base, which is an 85% fine superwash merino, 15% nylon.
Are you sure?
100% sure.
Okay.
Yep. And because I started this right when you first brought in your base.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I want to knit something on that base.
Yeah, that's right, at Skane.
Yeah, and then I didn't pick it up again. So
you know where it's been, guys? Remember that thread and maple box?
In my office.
Yeah, it's just sitting in there.
It looks really nice in my office. It's now a piece of furniture. Let's see if I can find a picture. Shall we? I don't know the last time I took a picture of my
office.
Yeah. That's a video. That's weird. You can kind of see it there, but
that's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, talk about your sock.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, but I'll find it, you know, one of these days.
When it's out on display.
When it's, you know, Kev.
Huh?
I'm not sure. Anyway, it's on my office next to my, doesn't matter. So this was living in there because before I brought it into work, it was sitting next to me on our table. So again, because this was going to be like a sample, I did 64 stitches. I did a 2x2 rib for about 15 rows. I'm knitting this on a US 1 2.25 millimeter needle. I just did a leg that I thought looked long enough. I actually did the short row. I did a short row heel. So I think this is a Fish Lips. This might be just the original Fish Lips Kiss heel. So it makes a little short row thing. It's got a little sloppy here, so I'm not quite sure what happened. And then, you know, because I'm chatting and knitting on this and talking to people, I'm not like looking at it. I dropped a few stitches here or there and split a couple of things. So I just, you know, made it work, of course. So I did, but you can't really tell anywhere. See, look how pretty. So now I'm on the foot, and I determined that this is about the length after I put in my toe, which is where I'm at right now. This is the length of a ladies 9, US 9. So I looked up that measurement. I was like, okay, that sounds good. And so now I'm just going to start the toe.
Very nice.
Yeah. So I've got quite a bit of yarn still left over.
Well, you still have to do another sock.
I do have to do another sock. So our next trunk show, I'll probably finish the toe and
start the second
sock. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually debating if I finish this sock and we just use this as a sample, and then use this with something else.
Okay.
To make like a actually maybe I'll do a single skein. Oh no, because there's not enough.
Talk it out. A single skein what?
I wonder if I can actually... No, maybe that's enough to do... I don't know. I'm thinking either a hat, like the marled one.
So if you're looking to do the Salish cap. If you hold it with a different color, you need to be safe 40 grams of each. So
I definitely
more than
have
enough.
Way more than that.
Yeah.
But if I hold it with like a solid, like a pale solid or something like that, that might look really nice. Anyway, that is that. So this is Violet Meadow. So if you're interested, this is how it looks in a sock. I did a sock tube of this as well. So I don't know about having this as a sample. So maybe I'll do the second sock now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
And maybe those can be a present or something, because the sock tube is here, which is the same. So it's basically the same exact thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, okay. That's what I'll do. I'll just finish them.
Okay. I'm glad we got that.
Thanks for talking that out with me.
Got that straightened out for you.
But this is a beautiful color. We have this both on fingering and DK. I'm not sure if there's any left in the shop right now, but
No, so I just have to update the shop inventory.
yeah.
So once the shop inventory is updated, there will be some on the site, which should be in the next few days.
Lovely.
All right. My next whip is living in my Magner bag, which two of my other whips were living in as well. So this holds quite a bit. It was holding this, my beautiful sister bag, and my cowl, the lips cowl. And this is my half and half wrap by Pearl Soho, which is the free pattern. And I'm knitting this out of their linen quill, the fingering weight in salt and pepper and kettle black. So I've made some more progress on this. I don't know how much, though, to be honest with you. Oh, and I'm in the middle of a friggin' row.
But that's okay. You can at least see the yarn. The yarn is really pretty.
Hold on. Oh, I just turned, too. Wait.
Is it in the round?
Why the hell's my Where's my progress keeper? Oh, down here. So I made like 2 inches?
Nice.
Maybe 2 inches on it. So this is a short row shawl. So you knit the first half of the triangle. Oh, but Jesus. Right, so you knit the first half of the triangle in one color. And then you pick up and do the second half in color number 2. So this has been a whip for who knows how long. And as I'm just trying to go through some of the old whips, this was the next shawl that needed to be completed. And it's nice. It's just garter and wrap and turns. And that's it. So
do you have to pick up your wraps? No, because it's in garter.
Oh, that's actually a really good question. I don't know.
Because I feel like picking up wraps in this black yarn is going to be hella difficult, no? And it's got quite the halo. I don't know. I feel like that would be a little bit difficult to pick up the wraps.
I agree with you. It probably would be. I hope I don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't know because I feel like I do. Because when I started this, I do remember people recommending that I do German short rows.
Uh-huh.
So that I didn't have to.
I didn't think you had to pick up your wraps though in garter.
If I have to, I'm not doing it. Garter stitch, you don't have to. But I don't know. I don't know if it will not hide them because I'll be going back in a different color.
Oh, good point.
So that's the only thing that I'm not sure about. But this is knit on a US 5.
Nice.
No, that's a lie.
Okay.
A US 3.25 millimeter needle.
Wow.
And I am...
It's really squishy.
It is, and I know that I'm over halfway done with this section. I started with over 250 stitches, and I know that I'm below 180. And I think I'm pretty far below 180, so I think I'm in a good good spot. So no, not then half.
Maybe this should be the lost episode.
No. So that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, well, listen, it's been great talking to you. I have one left as well.
I have one left as well, too.
Good.
And mine goes into... So you go first, because then mine kind of goes into acquisitions.
Okay. Wow, look at us. This is going to be...
It's going to be an hour.
Yeah, what? Should we just sit and chat?
No.
Okay. All right, this is a new cast-on and my primary focus over the past couple of weeks. While we were on vacation, I did knit a couple of rows of this, but it's lace, so I just kind of have to be a little bit careful. This is going to be one of my Rhinebeck garments, we'll say, because it's not a sweater. It's a vest.
So it is a sweater. It's a sweater vest.
It's a sweater vest. This is my Rhinebeck sweater vest. This is the Oak Grove. Oops. By Chin Matthews. And I just made a little bit of a mistake here. It's a very well written pattern. Let me just show you the picture of it. Here is the sweater vest there, and here it is on a model, which I think looks super cool.
It's a really nice design.
Yeah, really, really nice design. So it's very simple lace. It's an 8-row repeat. You're only doing 4 rows of the lace with a knit row in between each one. I am using the recommended yarn for the pattern. It's Utopia Sustainable. It is DK weight, approximately 230 yards for 100 grams in the colorway Dragon Scales, and it's 100% Midwest fine wools, including Targhee, Rambouillet, Merino, and CVM. So this is it here, Utopia Sustainable, and this is the colorway Dragon Scales. Here is the color here. Look at all those, I don't know if it's going to really pick it up, but all those little blips of different colors in there, which is really neat. And there's some plant fiber in there too. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, you have judgy eyes.
No.
Oh, good.
I probably have tired eyes. They can't judge anything.
Tired eyes. So here's what I have so far. It's going to be hard to see the lace, obviously, because it's not blocked or pulled out yet. But I love how this is working up. I actually did a German twisted cast-on just because I like the look of it, and we're doing some ribbing. The ribbing is very interesting in this pattern. It's a 1x1, like modified 1x1 rib. So you're knit 1, purl 1, and then you are slipping your knits and purling your pearls for the second round, and you're doing that the whole way, and it just kind of makes it pop a little bit more. It's still very stretchy, but also very structured. Like, it feels really good. Is it?
No, I was going to ask you, is it stretchy? Because sometimes, like a slip stitch.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Slip stitches can tighten things up.
Whee!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, that's good.
Very stretchy. But I do love, like, do you see, like, the little, like, look at that blue in there?
Yeah, it's it almost has a marled effect, or like it's
cool.
very
blended. I wish it's blowing out with our lights right now. But it's a really nice, like, tealy color.
I don't even know where mine is. Do you know where my color is?
Yes. No, I don't know. So yeah, this has kind of been my focus. So the construction of this is nice. You are knitting this in the round till right below your underarms, and then you're going to be splitting, doing the back, then the front, and then you're going to be attaching the shoulders together on the top. But it takes me a little bit longer, but I really like the process. Like the lace has been really fun to work with.
I like lace. We were talking about it yesterday. I love a good yarn over knit 2 together.
Yeah. As long as it's not the whole entire thing. Like, this gives you a reprieve. Obviously, you're knitting a row in between, and then you're changing up the lace afterwards. So it's a 8-stitch repeat, the lace. So I just have that's what these markers are. They're just separating the little sections. There's a bunch of little sections there. So I think I'm on repeat number 7 of the entire 8-row repeats. And I have to do like 32 of them.
Now,
which is a lot. I am knitting, let me tell you the size and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, because I want to know, you were a little bit concerned the other day that it might be too big.
Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I'm knitting the 5th size for a 40. This wants about 4 to 6 inches of positive ease, I believe. The recommendation. Jeez Louise. Sorry, this pattern is very, very detailed and very well written, so there's a lot of information here. I'm knitting 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, the 5th size. And that's a 46-inch chest. My chest is 41. So that'll give me about 5 inches of positive ease. I did not swatch for this, so I have no idea where I'm at. But I think it's going to be nice because I'm going to be wearing this over another garment.
Right.
So I wanted to have that a little bit of that additional positive ease there. So yeah, that's what I have. So that's what I've been working on.
Very nice.
Thanks.
What size needles?
Oh, thanks. The recommended needles. So it's a US 4 for the ribbing and a US 6 for the body.
Very nice.
Yeah, I really like it. It's really good to work with. I can't wait to
I can't wait to see it blocked.
Me neither. Yeah. And for my SSKs, I'm doing the modified SSK that sometimes I've seen people do. I'm not sure the difference. If you look it up online, it looks like it's a little bit more clean, like it's cleaner.
Okay.
It seems like. So you're slipping that first stitch knitwise as you normally would, and then slipping the second stitch purlwise, and then knitting those two together through the back loop. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it makes it's hard to see because it's all just still kind of.
Do you know what I do sometimes for an SSK?
Tell me.
I just knit two together through the back loop.
Okay. You could definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, it's you do you, boo, you know? I for sure missed a few stitches here or there. So, there is a little bit of Ray in there. Somebody made a comment when I make a design element in my garments. They said something. Oh, they called it something. I wish I could remember.
A rayism?
No, but that's great too. So this has several rayisms in it, and I think it's going to just be glorious.
Fantastic.
So hopefully you will see me wearing that at Rhinebeck.
Hopefully. That's literally what you have to wear at Rhinebeck on Saturday.
I hope.
So mine, last whip, is also a new cast-on. So we did mention we went to Harrisville Designs, and everything the universe just worked everything out that we had already planned to go to Harrisville. And then I think the week before we left, Alicia Plummer released the pattern, The Finest Kind. I don't know if we talked about this in the last podcast.
We mentioned it.
Okay. Because we were leaving that Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we knew that we were going to attempt to get the yarn for the sweater at Harrisville. And we did. So I picked up the sheer. This is the Wellscroft Dorset. The sheep are raised in Harrisville.
Yeah, they were right up the road.
Yeah, everything's made there. So this is a really affordable base. This is Aran weight. It is 203 yards for 100 grams. This is the color Morel, like the mushroom. Mm-hmm. And the skeins only $15.
Yeah, it was a really good price.
It's really, really beautiful. And I cast on my finest kind. The pattern does call for a US... Well, here, let's start. So I'm going to knit the third size. The third size is meant for a 44.5-inch bust. The pattern called for a US size 8 and a US size 6 with a gauge of 16 stitches over 4 inches. I, however, on the US 8, I got 14 stitches over the 4 inches. And in my swatch, I think I knit 3 inches on the US 8. Then I did a garter row, switched to a US 7, and knit 3 inches on the US 7. That gauge, I got somewhere between 15 to 15 and a half stitches over 4 inches. So because I'm a looser knitter than what the pattern's calling for, and my gauge is slightly looser, I went down a sweater size, and if my math is correct, I should end up with a 47.5-inch finished bust measurement.
Using the US 7s.
Using the US 7s. So, I cast on with the US 4, doing a long tail cast on, which is what the pattern recommends, because if you see here, everything has a rolled edge. Mm-hmm. So I was okay with doing the long tail cast on. The pattern does call for a 3-inch rib. So I did that. For me, it might be a little bit too substantial.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to rip out an inch of this because I do like the look of the sweater in the photo. And this looks to me, I think it's even it could be a little smaller than, oops.
I think I would go in between, a little longer than that.
Yeah, I actually think this looks it was Aaron who mentioned it. That
Can we just move it so you're not looking at the cross shot? Although that would be nice.
With the pant that he's wearing.
Yeah.
It looks really good, like that thinner rib. But Agreed. It may not look as great with a pair of jeans. So I think a 2-inch rib might be more up my alley. So I'm going to tink back and bring this down to a 2-inch rib.
I think that's a good idea.
I will probably keep the same...
Oh, wow. It's like...
It's very farmy.
Yeah, it's sheepy.
It blocks... I wish I brought up my swatch because it does block very beautifully and it softens up.
Yeah.
I did run into a little bit of an issue because I did start the body, literally just a row. I ran into a little bit issue with my numbers, so I did reach out to the designer, who's Alicia Plummer. She was very responsive and got back to me right away. So I'm just waiting to see if I need to make any adjustments. She got back to me to say she was going to take a look at the pattern and see if any adjustments needed to be made to the numbers. So I'm just waiting to hear back on that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to rip it back an inch. I did time myself on this because the pattern is a moss stitch.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of knitting and purling, and it takes me about 10 minutes to do a round.
Okay.
So it won't be too bad.
No, that'll be great. So kind of going into acquisitions and future knitting and all of those things as well. I think those are all of our finished objects. But
no, that's all our whips because we have no finish.
Yeah. I also picked up a sweaters quantity because my plan is to also do this sweater. I think it would be cute for us to be a little matchy-matchy. Alicia Plummer and her husband are going to be doing the same thing.
Such a copycat, right?
Listen, take that as a compliment. I got the colorway Hen of the Woods in the same base. Our lighting is... I don't know if the lights are...
Like, there's a bit of a difference. Mine's
no, for beige. Sure. But it's darker. There, that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be a really beautiful sweater as well. We got 7 skeins each. Is that what we got? I think it was something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was 7 skeins each.
Yeah. I really wish that we had taken them up. When we went to Harrisville, they said, oh, yeah, the farm is like right up the road if you wanted to stop by. I'm like, oh.
I know. We just wanted to get to the Airbnb.
I know.
And get kind of settled in for the night.
So, yes, I'm going to also do the same thing. And I think I'm going to do that modification as well and just shorten the...
Yeah, I will say, though, I looked at the project pages on Ravelry, and all of the testers did do the 3-inch rib, and it doesn't look bad at all. I like it. I just don't know if 3 inches is too much for me, so I may just take it out. And go to, even if I take out like half an inch.
Yeah. Now, do you think that you could do a provisional cast on and don't do the rolled edge, just start with the ribbing, do the...
You could.
2 inches, say, and then if it's not the length that you're looking for, you can unpick your...
So I would say yes, but then you're knitting in the opposite direction to complete your ripping. You would be working this bottom up.
Yeah.
So then you would be working it top down. So it would affect the way that your stitches look.
Sure.
In the direction that they're going. So I wouldn't necessarily do that.
Right.
But no, I if you look at the project pages on Ravelry, it does look good. I mean, people have it more.
Oh, no, they look fantastic.
Not a cropped version, but a
beautiful
shorter
sweater.
version.
Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful sweater.
So... yeah, I'm excited to make some progress on that and get a sweater going. I did say to Ray, one of the reasons I wanted to do this one, because I have plenty of sweaters on the needles, but I keep hitting this like snag or like a bump in the knitting process of it. And to kind of get my sweater mojo back, I wanted to knit a bigger sweater that was going to come off the needles a little bit quicker, just so that I could feel successful with a sweater again, so that I can go back and say, okay, I've had some success again. Let's revisit these, or let's attempt some of these again,
right,
and see how they go this time around. So I want to win so that I can have some future wins.
Talk to Justine about that. She wins at everything.
You know... All right. Okay. Let's talk about
baby.
Do we have any I'll post kind of ish?
No?
I
don't think so.
Okay. So I will just show these kind of owl posts.
Yeah.
So this was really cute at our trunk show yesterday. The team over at Yarnia worked with Katrinkles to make some stitch markers for the attendees of the knit night.
Yes.
So there is one that is Needles at the Ready logo. I hope you can see this. Then there's one with the date of the trunk show. And these are all like on the... This one's on the iridescent acrylic.
Yeah.
I probably should have just taken them off, huh? So this has the date of the trunk show. And then this is a Yarnia one.
Those are so cool.
Yeah, what a really clever idea and nice thing to give to all the people who signed up and attended the knit night. And then what was really nice is, again, we said we ran into Sarah, who is Little Dynamite Knits on Instagram and YouTube, and she just gave us her little card. So scan that QR code.
Yeah, when she was at Maryland, she did... I think she helped out in Frederick at the Yarn Centric.
Yeah.
And she was giving away her like little cards. So I did take these out.
Oh, thank you.
So this is the Needles at the Ready one. Of course, it's not going to focus, but you get the idea.
Here's the date one. There you go.
And then here is Yarnia's.
Cute. So fun.
Yeah, that was really fun. And I love that they're progress key, or that they're stitch markers.
Yes.
Like, I like the ring ones.
Correct.
I think that they're really good. So, that's our little owl posty thing.
Okay. And then let's talk about some acquisitions. Some break in the bank, because that kind of happened as well.
Yes.
Oh, no, we won't get into that. Let's talk about Needles at the Ready yarn.
Okay.
So, again, I will be updating the website with inventory this week, so we're going to show some new colors.
When you do that, will you post it on Instagram, or do you want to do a community post on
I'll do a community post.
YouTube?
Yeah, I'll do a community post on YouTube.
Okay.
Good idea. So I wanted to show some new colors that I dyed up. 3 of these made it to the trunk show. There was a 4th one there is a 4th one that was just on a different base I didn't bring with me that's actually already on the site. So this is on the Achilles DK, and this is Toasted Caramel.
It's really, really pretty.
I think that's pretty true to color.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So, I don't know what the heck I just said base it was on. It's on the Achilles fingering.
Achilles DK.
Well, I lied about that. It's Achilles fingering, the 75-25 fingering, weight base. And then this one was fun because this, I just needed to take a break from like production dyeing and have some fun. So I kind of threw some colors in a pot and came up with this. And this is Frostbitten Rose.
This one's cool.
And then Ray cranked up a tube of it. And this is what it looked like. And I don't know that every skein would do this. If it did, that'd be really cool. This effect was not intentional. But it kind of fades.
Not kind of, it definitely
It does.
Is.
It fades.
Yeah.
So here, we'll move it up closer. So it is this like burgundy Merlot-y color mainly, and then almost like a gray, like a white with just a little bit of gray in it. And every now and again, you get these, I don't know if you'll see them. Let's find a better one.
A
blue speckle.
Yeah.
Like, actually, here's a group of 3 stitches with it. So some blue speckling throughout, very lightly speckled, but you also get like these little pops of a lighter red throughout.
I love when I was cranking this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is fading. Like, how cool is that? Like, look at what it gets down to.
Yeah.
They look like completely different colors.
Yeah, it's really fun.
This would be an amazing, like, single skein. Like, that would just, like, single skein shawl.
But here's what's interesting. It's number one because of the base it's on.
Yeah.
It's on the 8515 base, which is a shorter skein.
Yep.
So it takes dye a bit differently. Like, I think it would look completely different even on the 7525 base, because you can see the difference in the length of the skein. Mm-hmm. And then again, it would look different on DK.
Yeah.
But that's
neat.
Fun.
Yeah, it was really neat. And it's really cool. The burgundies in here are really, really cool.
This one we do not have a tube of. This was another...
I wish we did. I didn't even know that you had that.
This actually wasn't even a mess around. This was I messed up measurements and wanted to see what would happen with the new measurements. So this is golden obsidian. So a lot of like really, really dark grays, even black, and a dark gold color in here. Somebody yesterday said it was very Onyx Storm-like.
Yeah.
Which we don't have the actual book, huh? No. And then last was a color. I showed it here a while ago. Like, I was just messing around with it, but I dyed a couple batches of it, and this is called Petals.
This is so pretty.
So it is a peachy pink. Remember I said it was going to be like a peach Bellini or something like that? Or peach But
Bellini.
it's very... It ended up being very tonal with multiple skeins in a pot. So you get some peach and pinks in here, some darker bits. And this, I think, when I do update inventory, I'm only going to have it on DK because we sold out of the fingering weight of this.
Until you dye another batch.
Until I dye another batch. Mm-hmm. But yes. So those were some new colors that we had with us. And one I wanted to show, because I think this was kind of popular.
Yeah, it was.
But, so this, if you don't know, is Dreamcatcher. And Pam was very sweet, and she knit a sweater out of this, and she wore the sweater, and it looked really great in a sweater.
It really
form.
did.
It's just a really nice color. We had a sample that magnet us with this in it there, and then we had a Sophie scarf with this. We actually have a lot of samples of this.
Because it's a cool color.
I do
it's
really
a really
like the
pretty color.
Just very light variegation and speckling in it.
You have also, like, Snowy River is very similar to that, but it's more on the blue side.
So Snowy River came before this.
Yeah.
I was working on a colorway for somebody who asked me to come up with a custom one. Snowy River was attempt 1.
But these are cute, like they're siblings.
This was attempt 2 of it. This was ended up being
Aren't those cute together?
Snowy
River, very, very similar.
Yes, Snowy River's blue.
Yep.
It has a beige dye in it as well. This is just gray with speckles throughout it. And then I speckle them both just a bit differently.
Yeah. Cool. Also, it just cranked up because we didn't have any. We didn't have any of these. So, pistachio brittle is one of our most popular colors, and it's hard to see in the skein. So, we brought this as a sample.
This one's a lightly speckled version of it. Sometimes it has
speckles. More. Yeah.
And then this is Ravenswood, which is new. Like, this is within whenever Blackbird Oracle came out, within the past, 6 months, I would say. But this I would like to knit Max's So Basic DK sweater out of.
Yeah.
Because it's a great tonal, and you have a little bit of grays and browns in there.
And then this was an updated version of Ocean Jasper. This is a little bit deeper colors now. So it's slightly different than the original Ocean Jasper.
Yeah. The dye powder, one of the dye powders changed, and it went from more of a... It became more yellow.
Yeah. So we wanted to do an updated sample on that so people can see what it looks like knit up.
And then I think I only made
I
made 3 other purchases.
I made 1 other purchase.
Okay. So I will go. We each made. This is from the same stop. So while we were away, we went to again Nitty Gritty Yarn in Petersboro, And
That
we
second
each
day,
made
yep.
a purchase there. I decided to buy a vacation fiber. So I picked up some Friends in Fiber BFL in the colorway Blue Hubbard. Again, the blues.
I don't know if they have a website or anything.
4
We
ounces.
didn't look.
Let me undo this and pull it out of the bag. And I got this because I just finished spinning the BFL.
Yeah.
And I thought, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I thought this could be the next color in my hand-spun Vertices Unite.
Oh, they have an Etsy shop.
Oh, this has a lot more gold in it than I would have thought. This is really pretty. The dark blue and the green, but this greeny gold. Oh, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's
What color?
really pretty.
So then, and here's the first one. So I think this might pair well with it in like a different section of it. Give a little more contrast. Right? Great conversation.
So they're out of Ringe, New Hampshire.
Oh, we went to Ringe.
Yeah,
That's
went to
where we
Ringe.
went our first night for dinner.
Yeah. They have an Etsy shop, so we'll link their Etsy shop down below this. It looks like they sell Rolags, cat toys, skeins of yarn. That's fun.
Yeah, this will be a fun colorway to spin. I'm interested to see how this will spin up. And then I got, for my jelly roll blanket, I just got some new double points. Because I have a really long, I think I have like the 6-inch ones. Possibly, maybe even a little bit larger. So I got the 5-inch just to make it a little bit more manageable to knit with.
Great. And while we were there, this is a local dyer as well. Nightingale Fibers. I'm not sure where they are, but she said they were local. This is the Ernestine sock set, which I love these colors together. I thought this was really cool. And this is Walnut, the color Walnut, and Golden Hour paired together in a little sock set there. 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards per 100 grams, and then it's a 20-gram, 80-yard mini there.
So my last purchase,
This was interesting.
it came from a little like antique type of shop. You know, like the ones that just have everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going to a flea market in a store form.
Yes.
Right?
Where they have different, like,
Areas.
not
Well, this one had local vendors, stuff
Yeah.
from local makers.
right.
And Ray happened to walk by this bag and was like, "Hey, Kevin, did you see this? This is 2 pounds of merino, undyed, for $10.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, you should have just brought it to me because you know I'm going to go back and buy it. I was like, how do I not?
What's with the string in there?
I don't know. How do I not buy it?
Careful, it's dirty.
No, it has vegetable matter. So I think what I'm going to do with some of it, I think I'm going to dye some.
I think that's a cool idea.
Like, make my own braid. Because that would be fun to dye my own.
You know, it would be cute to do that and then split it up amongst like you, Carrie, Michael. Who else is a spinner? Rob, maybe. Like from our Thursday night knit group.
It was fun getting to talk about spinning last night too for a bit at knit night.
Who else was a spinner there?
Mia spins. She made up with her wheel. So
Oh, that's nice. Good.
Yeah.
They had a.
And then I forgot the gentleman's name next to Mia. He spins.
Oh, I didn't ask if I can share his picture, but he made the coolest dragons.
Can you share the pattern?
I will share the website. I haven't found the pattern yet because this website has 1 million.
They were the elemental dragons. That is what the name of the pattern
Yeah.
might be called.
Didn't I put it in my favorites last night?
I don't know.
Crafty Intentions. Have you all heard of Crafty Intentions? This website here? They have all these cute little crochet, like, dragon things, and, like, they're all patterns. Little, like, monsters, krikens, and, like,
those
octopi.
are fun.
I know. So he had these really cool dragons. They were elemental dragons, like Kevin said. I haven't come across the pattern yet. I probably could just Google elemental dragons.
Or is there a search function on the site?
Look at these. Here. He made all these cute. Can you guys see them? There's a fire one, an earth one. There's an air one and a water one.
Yeah, they were really, really cool.
They were so cool. The wings had, like, wire in them, so they were, like, out. They were stunning. Stunning. I can't remember what his name is, but he's a regular there at Yarnia on their knit night. It was super cool.
Yeah, they were really awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's all the buying, right? So...
Yeah,
I think that's about it. We could talk about what we've been reading and watching now. I can't believe we're done with an hour and 6 minutes. Go us. This may be one of the shortest episodes ever.
I know. But that's okay. We were really busy too. But we wanted to come and hang out with y'all and just to say hello and all that fun stuff. Just show you what we're up to.
So I've only been... All right, so watching. We finished... We did just finish something. And
we finished Star Wars...
Oh, Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew.
It was cute.
Listen, I loved it. I thought it was very cute.
It was cute.
Haters are going to hate, but I thought it was great.
The ending was not the greatest.
True. But maybe there's room for more.
Yeah.
You know?
And then we're currently watching The Residence on Netflix, which is...
Oh, I would love to order food and, like, just sit on the couch.
We're finishing it today. We only have 2 episodes. Yeah. Which is more like a dramedy.
Totally. Dramedy is a great...
Right? It's a dramedy. It's more comedic.
Yes.
It's really cool. It's just, it's really well done. Yes. I'm enjoying it. And
Me too.
I think that's all we've really watched. We haven't been watching...
No, this past week since we've been...
Oh, we were away, and then we watched Skeleton Crew.
And the minute we got back, you were dying.
So let's talk about that for a second. So we're away, right? And you know how, like, your phone has a calendar on it. And I'm looking at my calendar. And for some reason in my head, we left for vacation on May 30th.
April 30th.
April 30th. I don't know how I didn't make the connection. Like that we were coming back that weekend, like May 3rd. I lost a whole week of my dyeing schedule. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to my friend. We call her Moogie. Her name's Megan. And I'm talking to her and we're just talking about upcoming dates. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, wait, my trunk show's next weekend? And then I had that oh crap moment where I hadn't dyed a single tonal for that trunk show. So we got home on Saturday last week. And I started dyeing immediately on Sunday. Sunday I had to finish up 2 of the like variegated colorways. I had to finish up It's Fall Y'all and one other one. And then Monday I was just like, okay, well, I just have to start dyeing tonals and bang out as many as I can. Thankfully, I got a good amount done. I think I got 10 colorways at least, maybe even 11 done beforehand. But it was a really oh hell no moment when we were on vacation.
When you looked at me and you were like, my trunk show's next week. I'm like,
He's like, well, that's why I was stressing out. And I was like, I literally thought when we got back from vacation, I had a week and a half to dye yarn and skein it up and do all that fun stuff. And we got back and I had like 4 days.
But you did it. You did great. We brought like 460
something
skeins with us.
So yeah, I mean, it went well. It worked out. It also helped me find maybe a little bit of a better way for me to dye tonals or more efficient for me.
Yeah.
So that was good. In retrospect, it needed to happen because it made me a little more efficient.
Yep.
So
we tried out our grid wall for the very first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good.
So let's see. So that's what we watched. And then reading, I've only been reading Wheel of Time, the first book, Eye of the World. And I can just tell you, the overarching story is the same. Obviously, from the television show. All of the details are different.
Everything else is the same. Or is different.
The pretty much the characters' names are the same. But all the details are so different. There are characters who are in this book from the beginning that we don't meet until later on in like season 1, and they're from the start. The biggest difference to me as of right now is one of the main things that we learn at the very beginning of season 1, and I don't think this spoils anything, right? Is that one of these 5 characters that we meet are supposed to be the Dragon Reborn in this village.
Yeah.
That has yet to even be a conversation in the book. And I'm about 40% through the book. We know that there's something different about them. It's supposed to be hugely
like world building and character development and all that stuff. So,
but it's very interesting. I don't even know if like Moraine and Lan, their reasoning for going to Two Rivers appears at the moment to be very different, because that's why they went there.
Right.
In the show, but that just hasn't been mentioned, and it's blowing my mind as I read it. And there's just slight differences to the characters themselves between the show and the book. Like, I think Matt to me is one of the biggest differences character-wise so far. But I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying seeing the differences in how they've changed the story to make it adaptable for television.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you see that. Because I thought the show was well done. But again, I don't know the show. I didn't read the books, so I don't know. That's it for you?
Yeah, that's
okay. I have quite a bit. So I finished of War and Ruin. That is the Bound and Broken, the 3rd book. I finished that the Monday night after we podcast last.
Okay.
It was great. I really do enjoy that story. I enjoy the characters. The book definitely ended on a cliffhanger. Makes you want to makes you of course want to read the 4th one, which is out.
Yes.
And I believe there's plans for the 5th one to be released
next year.
So I didn't want to jump right into the 4th one. So I started. Well, I'll tell you what I'm reading in a little bit. So I was also listening to that, so I did a combination.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you
so I did like the Whisper Link thing that Kindle does, and I listened to the Audible in my car ride to and from work, and then I read at night in my book, and it was cool how it picks itself back up again. So technology. So I also needed, in addition to a book to read, I needed to find a new audiobook as well. So I found some like really short ones. And more of the production style Audible made for Audible or Audible only listens, which I really enjoyed. The first one I listened to was called Hitchhikers. That one was just a short story, so it was like a 3-hour listen total. It was sci-fi. I'm also intentionally going outside of the fantasy genre. Because I want to build out the colors in my snake. So this one is by Ben H. Winters. It is an Audible original, and it's narrated by Therese Plummer. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I think the storyline is interesting. It's about a woman who is engaged to her fiance, they're living in his house and getting ready for the wedding. She's planning all of these things, and then next they notice that there's this elderly lady sitting outside of their house, kind of watching their house and just sitting there for hours and hours on end. This isn't giving anything away because it's in the description of the book. And while the male is at work, this elderly lady and the our main character is taking out the garbage. She comes back inside, and this elderly lady is sitting at her kitchen table.
Oh, hell no.
And you find out that this woman knows all these things about her.
I don't know where it went.
Yeah, so that's why I gave it a 3 out of 5. So, again, it's not giving anything away, but it was interesting. It's a short story, short read, short listen. You learn that this elderly woman is the main character, but from the future. And so there's a time traveling element to it. I didn't really buy the time traveling piece of it, and especially like the science behind it, but there are definitely a lot of loops and turns, and I found it entertaining, especially for my car ride. So 3 out of 5, but it was very predictable, and then I just didn't believe the science piece, but I did enjoy the twist and turn that happens. Because my commute is an hour both ways, I get through these within a day and a half. So then I listened to The Commuter by James Patterson. This is a full production audio book, so you have a full cast, you have sound effects, music, all of those things. The acting was really good. The storyline was really interesting. It's a detective, an FBI agent, retired FBI agent, who you learn the details. She was kind of kicked off the force along with her partner. She overhears on the train. She's a commuter. She commutes back and forth to work, where she works as private security for somebody. She overhears a murder plot on the airplane, or on the train, where people are whispering, and because she's a retired FBI agent or whatnot, she wants to investigate. So craziness ensues. This one has a lot of plot twists, very action forward with this one. So she is trying to solve these murders before they take place. Murders then do happen, and it turns into a big, like, framing kind of event. It was really interesting to watch. To listen to. I don't want to give much away. I did give it 4 out of 5 stars. The narrator I thought was pretty good, but for the performance and then the twists and turns, I do like a good twist and turn. This one was just a mystery. There was no supernatural element to it at all, so I'm going to add that different color to my snake. It's going to be a long-ass snake. Those were the books that I finished. Currently, I am reading Mickey 7. It's Mickey 7 number 1 by Edward Ashton. This is a... there's the cover. This is a movie.
Yes.
Now. And I think I'm going to be giving this a 4 stars. I like the humor in this. This is sci-fi. Yeah, I like the humor. I like how it's written. Really interesting themes. The idea behind this one, without giving anything away, is that our main character, Mickey 7, is what they call an expendable. And so he's essentially a clone that you can only have one at a time. The Earth is kind of not doing so well, so society has kind of broken off and starting to inhabit other planets. They have some technology that can get them there within a few years. So this is a new colony that's established, and Mickey 7 is our expendable. So basically they send him on the most dangerous parts of exploring the planet, or testing out the atmosphere and any diseases and things that happen, or if there needs to be a repair that will result in death. He's expendable, so he can die, and then they can just have another clone kind of come back. It's still him. He uploads his brain somehow into this machine.
Because he's expendable.
So the concept behind this one is that he falls through a hole while he's exploring, and he's assumed dead. He breaks his wrist, and they lose communication. And so they build another Mickey 8, But Mickey number 7 didn't die. And so now there's 2 of them. So you're not allowed to have more than one. It's very, very taboo. Not that cloning and all this other shit is not taboo, but hey, here we are. And so there's a lot of comedic elements. There's some really good one-liners in there too. Okay, and then listen, get through it.
So welcome to our book talk or book 2.
Yeah, why not?
You should start your own.
I bet Olivia, if you're listening,
you should start a booktube.
I don't read fast enough to do a book talk or a booktube. Would anybody watch? I think I do a really poor job of explaining books, but I just like to talk. Okay, my last thing is another full production, Audible only. This is my listen. This is called Dragon Day. It's by Bob Proel. This is a very interesting story, but I really love the way that it's written. It is interview style, so the recordings are of our narrator interviewing somebody else about the day that dragons suddenly appeared and come out of the earth and destroyed some towns. And
that could be fun.
It was it's really interesting, and it's very well done. It's not like, oh gosh, there are dragons, let me grab my knight in shining armor and defeat these dragons. It's like kind of really what would happen if these dragons, all different kinds, how they would come up, where you would see damage, where the human race would kind of try to survive.
I think they would all come out of volcanoes.
Yeah, so they're coming up from like the cities and in these fissures and out of like mines and all different
like
things.
That movie.
And then, oh yeah, like that movie. I forgot what the name of it.
It's with Matthew McConaughey and Christian.
Could it be called Dragon Day?
No, it's called. But there was like a dragon in the mine. They were mining or doing something. I know that they were underground and they...
Yeah. So this is... I mean, it basically happens everywhere. So you're learning little bits and pieces of the story based on whom she's interviewing. And this main character is trying to find her husband and her son. And when she's doing the interviews, they call it D-Day plus 138 days. So it's 138 days after the dragons had come out, but each interview is a different time frame afterwards. Okay. So some of them are a couple of days after, some of them are quite a few days after, and it's now building this story. You're putting it together kind of in your head and building upon the interviews, and it's really, really good. The acting is really awesome. Again, there's music and some sound effects. But I really love the production value of this one, and I love the story. I'm very, very into the story. That was a 3-hour listen. I listened to my audiobooks at 1.4 speed. I'm just curious to see how much time I have left on this one. I only have 59 minutes left.
So you'll have to get another book for your ride home.
And I
tomorrow.
So I'm thinking for now what I'll do is start listening to more of these shorter ones. And I find it's much more, this is the wrong word, is distracted while I'm driving, because I don't want to be distracted while I'm driving. But it helps pass the time if I hit traffic or whatnot. Yeah. Makes the drive to work very, very good.
All right.
So those are them. I think I'm going to give this one 4 stars.
Okay.
We'll see how it ends. It might even hit 5. Who knows?
Who knows?
All
right. And that is it. And we are under an hour and a half.
What? Do you want to talk for another 7 minutes?
No.
You want to just sit here and stare at each other?
No, thank you. No, I'm so tired.
I am too.
And it's... Yeah. I mean, it's not quite lunchtime, but we have to start thinking about that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm always thinking about food.
I know.
But I'm glad we were able to do this and sit down and chat.
Yes. You're just going to keep going, aren't you? Welcome to my world, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just going to sit here and hold the microphone.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I think I unplugged it.
Good job. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We hope that you guys have a good 2 weeks, and we will see you in a fortnight.
Bye.